Hey guys, glad to have you back once again in another Excel video, as today we are learning one of the coolest ways to make your chart instantly better. Let's get started. So here we have one of the simplest data we can have, that is months and the revenue for each of them. And what we want is to have the highest or the lowest figure of the revenue plotted in a different color. So starting off with the highest value plotted in a different color in Excel chart, I'm going to make a new column that is max. And the concept is that I'm going to separate the maximum figure from the entire data. Now for that purpose, I'm going to use the combination of if and max function, starting off with the equal sign. If D8 is equal to the maximum figure inside the data range that consists D8 to D14, F4 to lock this down, close parenthesis, then Excel should return D8 if D8 is the maximum figure inside this data range. Otherwise, leave the cell empty, close parenthesis, press enter, and drag the fill handle downwards to populate the rest of the series. And there you have the maximum figure separated from the rest of the data. Now for the rest of the data, I'm going to insert a new column where I am going to use if function once again. If E8 is empty, then fetch the value from D8, comma, D8. Otherwise, leave the cell empty. Now, very quickly, what it means is if E8 is empty, then Excel should find the value from the revenue column. Otherwise, which in case if it is not empty, that means it already has the maximum figure. Then in that case, this column should have a corresponding cell to the maximum figure empty. Press enter, drag the fill handle downwards to populate the rest of the cells. So here I have successfully separated the maximum figure from the rest of the data, and now I have two separate columns to plot. Now understand the basic concept. If I'm going to plot two separate columns within Excel chart, each column will have its separate color. So as I have only one figure within the maximum column, that figure is going to have its own distinct color. So let's see how we are going to make the chart. Select the months column, press and hold down the control key on the keyboard, select max and rest column. Now go to insert tab, and from here within charts group, you can see this small button. You can press it, and from the recommended charts list, select the stacked column chart, press OK, and there you have it, your maximum figure plotted in a separate color. Really easy to find out which figure is the maximum. Now let me take a step backward. If you don't want to use the recommended chart list and want to go the usual route, that is having the data still selected, press insert tab, go to bar chart, select stacked column bar chart. And now for some reason Excel is not plotting the maximum figure correctly, and also x-axis don't have the right amounts mentioned. So in order to correct it, just right click on any empty area inside the chart. From here select data. So in order to correct the x-axis, click this edit, remove anything that is written here. I'm going to select only the names of the month, press OK. Now that I have corrected the x-axis, press add on this side of the box. Here select max, which is the name of the series. For the values, remove anything that is written at the moment and select the entire column. Press OK, and now you have your chart corrected with the maximum figure or the maximum amount or the highest amount inside the data range plotted in a separate or distinct color. Easily identifiable and much more useful than the usual chart. Alright, now that I have learned how to plot a maximum figure in a different color, If for some reason I wanted to plot the least or the minimum figure inside the data range in a different color, that can be done really easily. I just have to change the formula I used to identify a maximum figure to minimum. So let's see how that is done. First of all, change the heading to minimum. Having the first cell of the minimum column as the active cell, press F2 to edit the formula. And in here, instead of having a max function, I'm going to use minimum function. Press tab once to insert this function, press enter, and now drag the fill handle downwards, and instantly you have the minimum figure plotted in a different color. Now if you want to go really fancy with the Excel chart and wish to include both minimum and maximum figures inside Excel chart with different colors, then that is also possible. Let me change the heading from minimum to max/min, and let's just make some more room for the heading. Having the first cell selected, press F2, and now let's understand the scenario in words. What we want from Excel is to return the value from cell D8 if it is the minimum value out of the whole data range, that is D8 till D14, or it is the maximum figure inside this data range. So we are going to introduce another logical function in the mix that is called OR, just like I have described in words. Now OR function helps us get multiple logical arguments within the formula, and even if a single or any of these arguments holds true, we are going to get our value. So for the first logical argument in OR function, we have D8 equals minimum of D8 till D14. For the second argument, comma, I'm going to ask Excel to fetch value from D8 if it is equal to maximum inside D8 till D14, close parenthesis, and close parenthesis once again to complete the OR function. Now I have to lock this data range down so that this data range stays intact when I'm going to drag the formula downwards. Press enter and watch closely, and there you have the maximum and minimum figures plotted in different colors inside Excel charts, just like that. So there you have it. This is easily one of my favorite techniques to make better charts, and I hope you have also find this useful. If you are into learning Excel tricks about Excel charts, then don't forget to watch my previous video where I taught how to have color changing data labels inside data range depending on positive and negative results. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and push the notification bell icon to receive updates about my future videos. Until next time, I'm your host Hasaan Fazal, and happy excelling.